So yeah, I've had Slave of Spire for quite a while, and I kind of got to Ascension Level 10, and then it's already left it for nearly a year. But then I thought I'd come back to it, and as I got through the Ascension levels, I thought I'd record it for posterity. Hence this one and the previous one, which was my attempt at Ascension Level 10 with the Defect. I haven't done any of these before, so this really is me doing them for the first time round, or the various different difficulties as I climb up. Playing with Defect because I just happen to prefer it at the moment. I might go back and do the others after I've done this or not. So yeah, just going to be a very quick commentary as I go through on this one. The previous one didn't have any commentary, but that was a very tight deck where I got lucky at the start of both Snecko, Relic and Meteor, so I was basically just dropping Meteors on a sort of 10 card almost deck repeatedly. This one, when I do the Ascension Level 11, was a much different story, as you see as we go through. Without further ado, here it is. So yeah, I tend to find that obviously the one of the first things that matters in the game is what the blasted whale is going to give you. Sometimes it really helps you out and sets the theme for a run, and other times it's just terrible. In this case, it was the standard one I got for being rubbish last time, which is just easy kill the first 3. Looking to see if I can get to a boss and easy kill a boss. First thing I took was Turbo, generally useful in most decks. Nice relic pick up there. Gonna have to get rid of the curse though. Yeah, Melter, useful, but not really forcing my deck in any particular way. Upgrade the Zap to answer cost 0s. Looking towards maybe doing some cost 0 fun. Yeah, already taking a bit of a battering with these bosses. So there you go, that's the awful one that's really going to set off the sort of 0 cost cards in this deck. Very now firming the mindset, that's where I'm going. 0 costs as much as I can. Then going to need to get some card draw as well to sort of fill that hand up with them. Still taking a bit of a battering even from these sort of normal mobs, so hence took the chill and then immediately went to upgrade it in the rest. Still think I'm probably going to take a bit too much damage on most bosses and normal things, so still going to be looking towards improving the block of the deck. Yeah, I must admit, this boss I hate normally. I'm just a very conservative player, and that doesn't really lead it to doing well. But there's the curse gone, which is nice. Yeah, of course, also getting those defends upgraded also helps in making myself a little bit more durable. Yeah, not really a great choice of rares there for what I was attempting, but electrodynamics I find is always useful, just to give you that sort of group control via the lightning orbs. So yeah, if nothing else, I'll always take that. Yeah, of course, ironically, relic-wise, we've managed to pick up, leading me to have quite a lot of energy, both in the first turn and subsequent turns. So as you can see, I'm getting through pretty much all my cards. Yeah, more relics always nice. For, focus nice, and there's a claw coming in as well. Yeah, as you say, it's still taking a bit of a battering from these fairly easy mobs. Gonna have to use most of the sort of campsites just to rest and get my hit points back. Yeah, I'm never convinced by taking Extreme Line. It seems it's the first time you cast it is really expensive for what it is, and it's only later on where you get value out of it. But I felt I was lacking a big hitter in the deck. There you go, another steam barrier for more defense. And Seek, there you go, 0 cost card, really useful. Get out that all for one out of your deck if it's waiting to turn up. Yeah, these fellas often give me some trouble again with my conservative deck styles. As you can see, they're going to take a bit of a pounding from them to start with. But yeah, now the electrodynamics is down in place. And we can seek out all for one. It's pretty much curtains for them now. Back of preparation and the Art of War and the Anchor all picked up then, so it's really bolstered that first turn, made it much more defensible. Art of War's not great, it gets used a couple of times, but really it's right against the ethos of this deck. Starting to get a bit worried, of course, because I'm down to 16 health. But, you know, this guy's going to die, but how am I going to, is this going to be the way the deck's just going to do, and it's going to fall over at some point on this floor due to just too much incoming damage in between campsites? So I got fortunate with that boss, because this is one where you can get rid of those bosses, the boss's minions easily with electrodynamics. And so yeah, it's a nice easy boss for this deck. Yeah, Melter very useful there versus that Guardian. That's why I have second thoughts and think, oh yeah, what about the defence? Let's have some more frost. Does card draw to burn through all these cards. And the deck's now quite bloated at 24 cards. And there we go, me on the button. That's now really going to help out. With all that damage I'm taking, that's fairly consistently going to get used. Oh yeah, and picked up the FTL for a bit more card draw. Yeah, I'll think carefully because I know what's going to come up. Obviously, it's going to summon its 2 minions, so I don't want to use the chill when I need to get the electrodynamics to trigger all those lightnings. Totally put a lot of damage on them. Of course, the hand that I then got dealt wasn't very good. Had to use the potion, and then got lucky that it was a meteor strike. And of course, the meteor strike is now in the deck, so I want to keep the 2 or at least orbs there every turn, so I've got enough energy to cast it again and again and again, which kind of puts paid to the electricity and frost. They go another poor selection of cards. I mean, what am I going to do with those? None of those really fit with the 0 cost strategy, but given how bloated the deck is, let's take another electrodynamics. And again, poor choice of relics. Not really helpful. May as well get the potions on. Yeah, pick up another cool-headed. But you'll see there's going to be quite long gaps now between picking up more cards. I'm fairly happy with where the deck is, so it's got to be a really good card that really adds to the strategy to bother picking it up. And if anything, I want to get rid of the things like the strikes, who are just poor compared to the rest of the deck. much dynamics. That's going to make things tricky to start. There we go, overclock for get some card draw through. Just going to grab some upgrades to the attacks off the whetstone. Again, now that dynamic's just a workhorse versus multiple little sort of spawn minions like that. Yeah, of course, the Juju race is absolutely wonderful at this point, isn't it? Not that many events left. Yeah, let's say get rid of one of the strikes. Put another beam cell, I think that was in just then. More zero cost stuff that has an added bonus effect. Yeah, this guy again. The whole, being unable to really do any damage every other turn can be problematic. I felt poisoned, given how low my health was, might help me. Even though, of course, obviously it's only going to do 1 damage every other turn. Yeah, I mean, just look at this. Absolutely amazing turn it would have been. It'd be dead if it wasn't for intangible. Yeah, I started to get worried there that I wasn't doing enough damage or protecting enough, and he was actually going to seriously injure me. Fortunately, the potion of vulnerability against this fellow, of course, works very well at reducing his output damage as well. There we go, isn't that nice? An extra free rare relic. Of course, this fellow isn't going to be anywhere near as difficult as it wasn't that difficult to start with. But now the deck's been modified and crafted, and pretty much a pushover. There you can see, even though the deck's nearly 30 cards now off that one turn, I drew pretty much the entire deck. Yeah, obviously you've got to get a bit lucky with the card to order to do that, but at least it's the mixture of the card draw and the extra energy that allows you to just burn through one after another and keep going through. Yeah, I did a scrape there again, more card draw for the 0 costs. Yeah, a bit more defense before we go into this final fight versus Doma and Deku, which are probably the easiest of the different final bosses. They just sort of sit there and do fairly vanilla damage, nothing really special about it, and it just gets more and more the longer you leave it. A lot of hits, but as long as you can burn through it, they're fairly easy comparatively. Of course, this is actually, I know in hindsight this is a bit of hubris speaking here, because I only just actually beat them. But this day, in hindsight, there's a 32 card pile of random assortment of 0 cost good cards. That's it. It's not really particularly themed or comboed deck. As you see, I'm taking a small battering each time because I'm just not quite getting enough defense to fully block their attacks. But now that Deku's dead, that's going to effectively halve the damage output. Provided I can get a block on those turns. Donu's attacking, which I didn't there, and here I am, nearly dead, frantically trying to pile on damage. There you go. Streamline came in handy after all. Right, well there you go, that was my Ascension 11 run. Coming up in a bit, with the Ascension 12.